Hi, everybody. This is Andrew Perlin, and welcome to another edition of Insurance Explained. Something very interesting happened a couple of days ago, and I want to share that with you here. I had the opportunity to reconnect with an old client. I've been working with this client for years, and about 5, 6 years ago, he decided to leave my agency and go somewhere else. Hey, no hard feelings, stay well, good luck, that kind of thing. Out of the blue, he calls me. He said things were changing in his life, and he hadn't talked to his agent in the 5 or so years since he bought the policy. There was no reviews, there was no nothing. And he just want to make sure I'm okay. I tried calling my old agent. I can't get him on the phone. I call you, you pick up. Do you mind if we have this conversation? So I'm like, sure. So we're talking just run of the mill questions. Hey, what's going on? Tell me a little bit about your life now. And one of the things that I noticed almost immediately was his life changed big time since the last time that we were working together. And if he's telling me that he bought an insurance policy from this company 5 or so years ago, and his life changed a lot from that point to today, and he hasn't had a review and hadn't talked to his agent, I was like, wow, we need to take a look at this because you may be really underinsured depending upon what's going on. So I wanted to share with you the questions that I asked him as we were having our conversation that determined that his life changed significantly. The first question I asked him was, has your income changed? And in his particular situation, it changed big time. He got a huge promotion, probably 30, 40% higher salary. It's huge how much money he's making now compared to what he was making before. Has your income changed? If your income disappeared tomorrow, would your financial plan still work? I followed that up with your biggest asset is not your house. Your biggest asset is your ability to earn an income. So, right off the bat, with this huge income increase, I knew we need to really focus in on what's going on here because there could be a delta that he needs to cover. The next question I asked him was, has your family changed? Did you get married? Did you get divorced? Like, what's going on? His wife and he had another baby. The baby was like 2 or 3 years old now. Life changed. And that's interesting because the people that were dependent on you 5 years ago, there's more people now who are dependent on you. And you know what's weird? In 5 or 10 years from now, there may be a different set of people or less people dependent on you then, right? So things change all the time. Another question I asked him is, has your home changed? Well, with that increase in income and with that new baby, yeah, they redid the nursery. They got the whole new kitchen done. They finished their basement. Like they did all this stuff, right? And now I asked them this question. If you had to rebuild your home today, would your current insurance keep up with it? And he had no idea. He's like, yeah, I bought the policy 5 or so years ago. All this happened within the last 2 years. We put a lot of money into the house. I don't know if this is going to work or not. He had no idea how to answer the question. The next question I asked him was, have you accumulated more valuable possessions, more jewelry, more watches, golf clubs, whatever? Like, have you bought more stuff? And of course, like, yeah, with the increased income, yes, I bought my wife some nice jewelry. I bought a Rolex. Like, I bought this stuff that I really always wanted. Have the things inside of your home become more valuable than when you first bought your policy? And in his particular scenario, the answer was absolutely yes. And the next question I asked him was, has the way you lived your life changed? Do you work from home? Do you have a side business? Do you have rental properties? He's like, I do work from home a little bit more. I have that ability, but because of the baby, like nothing's really changed. We're just taking nicer vacations. And I asked him, do you use your home, your car differently than you did 5 years ago? He's like, 100% yes. I work from home a little bit more. I drive a nicer car. I travel a little bit more, like that kind of thing. All right. So you notice something? None of these questions had anything to do with his insurance company or his broker. None of them. They all had to do with his life, his lifestyle, and what changed in his lifestyle. Most insurance problems don't start with a bad policy. I truly believe that. I do believe all insurance policies are good because they wouldn't have been approved if they were bad. So most insurance problems don't start with a bad policy. They start with a good policy that was never updated or a good policy that was used in the wrong way. Just like what happened to my client here. We went through everything. We had a really long conversation, and he realized because his lifestyle changed, because his income changed, because everything around him changed, he needed to change his insurance. Because, as I said before, insurance is a contract, and it will not change unless you change it. The best analogy I can give you is this. Insurance is a lot like prescription glasses. The prescription worked when you first got the glasses. That was 5 years ago. They might not work anymore. So what do? You go to the eye doctor and they fit you for a new pair and they work. It's the same thing with your insurance. What fit you 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 10 years ago might not fit you now because your life has changed. And in this case, it changed for the better. His insurance didn't. So he needed to make changes to his insurance to protect his new lifestyle. Because as your life changes, your protection should change with it. So if you answered yes to any of the questions that I just asked, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have enough insurance, but it should make you wonder whether your insurance is still protecting the life that you are living today and not the life that you were living 5 years ago. That's exactly why I created the Athlon Protection Scorecard. It's a simple way to help you determine whether your insurance still fits your life today. If you'd like to take it, you'll find the link in the comment section below. No hard sell. I'm not trying to sell you anything. No obligation. It's just a way for you to figure out if you are still insured. Don't ask yourself, do I have insurance? Because I'm willing to bet that you do. Ask yourself, is my insurance protecting the life I have today? Or is it protecting the life I had 5 years ago? Hey, thanks for watching. I would appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. We're growing. If you know anybody who should be looking at this, please send them the link so they can review it themselves. And if they have any questions at all, put it in the comments. Happy to work with you all. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.